Hello, thanks for staying glued to your favorite TV network, the NTA, and this is another edition of Ipman'S Today. Remember, Ipman'S Today brings you all the latest activities of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, as led by the National President, Alhaji Abubakar Migandi Shetima. On today's edition of Ipman'S Today, we'll bring you the outcome of the recent visit of Ipman to the Dangote Refinery. Remember, Ipman has been at the forefront of canvassing for direct PMS supply to our members from Dangote Refinery. Now, Ipman had a meeting with the management of the Dangote Refinery, and what was the outcome of that meeting? I'll bring you all you need to know on today's edition of The Verdict on Ipman Today. Also recently, the national president of Ipman undertook a visit to the Port-Harcourt Refinery. Now, it's been suggested long ago that the Port-Harcourt Refinery will kick off production anytime soon. Exactly when will this be? The president will tell us all he knows concerning the Port-Harcourt Refinery during his visit, where he also met with the MD of the Port-Harcourt Refinery right there in Port-Harcourt. Right after the verdict, I'll bring you oil and gas news, and from oil and gas news, I'll take you over to CNG Roundup by Port-Harcourt Energy Group. On today's CNG Roundup, our guest will be Damilare Olayiwola. Now, he is the assistant manager of Power and New Energies at the Port-Harcourt Energy Group, and he'll be talking to us on LNG infrastructure and the challenges involved, and an overview of Port-Harcourt Energy's LNG facilities. You don't want to miss that for anything else. Like I said, this is Ipman'S Today on your favorite TV network, the NTA. My name is Alpha Mokone. Right after this short break, we'll go over to the verdict. Don't touch your remote. You're welcome back from that short break. Let me just take you over to the verdict with the national president of Ipman, Alhaji Abubakar Migandi Shetima. He'll be talking to us on the outcome of the meeting Ipman held with the Dangote Refinery, and also his opinion concerning the Port-Harcourt Refinery. Where is the Port-Harcourt Refinery today in Nigeria? Let's go now, the verdict. Hello, you're welcome yet again to another edition of The Verdict on Ipman Today. And as you always know, I'm with the National President of Ipman, Alhaji Abubakar Migandi Shetima. Mr. President, welcome again on Ipman Today.
Yeah, welcome, Mr. Alpha.
Thank you, sir. I mean, last week, Nigeria celebrated 64th anniversary. What do you think has been the major achievements in Nigeria in 64 years? We're talking about oil and gas now, sir.
Well, in fact, there is a very big achievement because when Nigeria gets her independence, there is no independent petroleum marketer, and indigenous marketers.
No Ipman at that time.
No Ipman at that time. But due to the policies of the government today, there is independent petroleum marketers. So the achievement cannot be overemphasized. And since we have started, actually we have a very big spread. Because before we have only a few retail outlets, but now we independent petroleum marketers, any local government that you know in Nigeria today, and any city along that local government, including even villages, there is petrol stations constructed by the independent petroleum marketers in the whole country. So that one is a very big achievement. And it reaches a situation whereby anywhere you go in Nigeria, you will see our filling station selling product to the masses. But before, it's only in the cities that you can see filling stations.
I think that's quite notable, yes. The spread of petrol outlets across Nigeria is one of the major achievements. But we're looking at now, sir, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Do you think he has done anything differently, brilliantly well in terms of oil and gas sector in Nigeria?
Yes, actually, the present president, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has done some wonderful things in the oil and gas.
Okay.
Especially in the downstream sector.
All right.
Because before he come to power, all Nigerians rely only on petrol. But today, there are some alternatives whereby the program of CNG has kick-started. So most of the people, many of the people now today, some are being engaged in CNG program, that is by using green energy.
Yes.
Whereby, and as you all know, green energy has so many advantages in terms of economy.
Yes.
One is a little bit less compared to petrol.
In terms of cost.
In terms
price.
of cost.
Yes.
Then in terms of environment too, it's environmental friendly.
Yes.
So actually he bring the program, and despite the fact that there is an increment of the petroleum product price, and he is the one who removed the subsidy completely, whereby, as we all know, removal of the subsidy, I know there are hardship, but if the removal, the remaining balance is being utilized according to the way the masses will benefit, it will be better than going to the subsidy.
Recently also, sir, as the national president of Ipman, you were at the Dangote Refinery in Lagos for a stakeholder meeting between the management of the Dangote Refinery and the management of Ipman, led by your humble self. Do you mind to tell us what the outcome of that meeting was?
Well, in fact, really, we went to Lagos and we sit together with the Dangote management team.
Okay.
And we discuss so many important issues as regard to the purchase of the petroleum product.
Okay.
And the management, they are very happy with our coming, and they inform us they will partner and collaborate with the independent petroleum marketers. The meeting is fruitful. We are very happy about the meeting, and we are very happy the way they receive us. And now, at the end, what we finalize, we are going to put all our requests and send back to them, which they say immediately when we send those requests, they can be able to see the one that they can be able to do. Then they will start the business together with independent petroleum marketers.
But are they comfortable with giving PMS product directly to Ipman members? Were they comfortable at all with that?
Yes,
request?
they are comfortable. They tell us as far as they are concerned, they doesn't have any issue to say that they will not give independent petroleum marketers
directly.
But the only thing what they tell us, as of now, the whole product is being purchased by the NNPC.
Okay.
Yes, NNPC Limited.
Yes.
So, and we are still in contact with the NNPC Limited to see how we can be able to get our volume through them.
Okay, through NNPC.
Through NNPC. Okay. But even Dangote, by the whole issue, if the whole issue become normal, he too, we tell him this is the volume of product that we need to be taken from him. So we're still in contact. So the marketers should exercise patience. Anytime when all things are ready, I will inform all the marketers on how we can be able to create our own portal that we are going to use, so that the whole marketers will be using our portal. And even if it requires we discharge in our depot, because now we have a depot that we can be able to discharge our product.
That's Ipman.
Yes, Ipman has a depot now, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the capacity of that depot, sir?
Yeah, it's a very big capacity because that depot is carrying over 130 metric tons of PMS.
130,000 metric tons?
Yes.
Okay, but before now, we heard that from October 1st, there will be a reduction in the price. There will be a new announcement, although as at the time of recording this program, no new announcement has been heard. Do you see any reduction in price of PMS in this month of October, sir?
Well, in fact, we too, we are waiting for the program because the government said by October 1st, they will start giving Dangote product so that he will pay in Naira.
Yes.
At the same time, if he pay in Naira, the marketers too will purchase this product in Naira.
Yes.
So we too were expecting a reduction, but we are still waiting because up till now, we didn't get any news about the reduction or increase in price, but we are waiting. But I know by God's grace, very soon, since Mr. President has already mandated the program, and I know very soon it will kickstart.
Okay, so let's talk about your visit to Port-Harcourt. You were at the Port-Harcourt Refinery. Now, there have been lots of news within the social media space and on the lips of Nigerians concerning when the Port-Harcourt Refinery will actually kick off. What did you see firsthand when you went there, sir?
Well, in fact, we went to the Port-Harcourt Refinery, and the managing director of the refinery received us, and he tell us all the problem that they have. So actually, all what people has been saying, when we go, we have seen actually they are seriously working.
At the refinery?
At the refinery. We meet them working. The MD was even telling us that that is the place where he slept every day.
It sleeps at the refinery?
Yes, at the Port-Harcourt Refinery. And the workers, when we go there, it's on Saturday, and we met the workers, all of them working.
On a Saturday?
On Saturday, yes. Because the rehabilitation is not a small rehabilitation, because they have to change most of the parts. So we meet them changing a lot of parts, and most of the parts are new brand parts they are putting there. So actually, we are highly impressed. And he said they intended to kickstart the refinery, but because of certain issues, when they operate, they have seen some small leakages. That is what prevent them not to start the operation. But now they are making a lot of repairs and maintenance. So immediately when they finish, I know they will start working. So the refinery is okay, and they have been working every day.
But we don't have any particular time in sight. He didn't tell you when
actually
exactly?
We requested for the time. He didn't tell us the exact time, but he said we should look at the refinery too. We ourselves, we can be able to assess to know that very soon the refinery will start functioning.
And you took a tour around the refinery?
Yes, we go around.
Wow.
Yes.
What are your last words, sir, on Ipman today before we round up the verdict?
Let's try as much as possible and cooperate with the present government, that is Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Let's cooperate with him, because with the cooperation, all aims and objectives can be achieved, because he is working, and the program that he has been adopting, I know it will help Nigerians.
That is the verdict. You've heard it all from the national president himself. Dangote Refinery, they are open to giving direct products to Ipman members, and also the Port-Harcourt Refinery is on the verge of being operationalized very, very shortly. Mr. President, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. We'll go over now to oil and gas news. In fact, Mr. President, the national vice president, your vice president of Ipman, recently gave his daughter out in wedding.
Yes, yes.
You were at that event.
Yes,
how do you feel, sir?
The ceremony and marriage. Actually, many Nigerians attended.
Wow.
So we are happy, because to see our members has a very large crowd.
Wow.
So actually we are happy, and that shows he is together with people in peace.
I think let's kick off this oil and gas news with pictures, highlights of that event that took place in Lagos, where the national vice president of Ipman, Alhaji Ahmed Fashola, gave his daughter out in marriage. We'll be back. Keep watching Ipman today. Over now to oil and gas news. The national vice president of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Alhaji Ahmed Fashola, recently gave out his beloved daughter in marriage in Lagos. At the event, several notable members of Ipman, including the national president of Ipman, were well represented. It was indeed a time of celebration and unity as the entire body of Ipman came together to honor Alhaji Ahmed Fashola. After nearly 30 years of legal practice in Nigeria, Chief Paul Obi was finally conferred with the prestigious title of the Senior Advocate of Nigeria. A graduate of University of Lagos with a master's degree in law and specialty in oil and gas law and practice, Chief Paul Obi was called to the Nigerian Bar Association in 1990. He is a notary public and an associate member, Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, London. He has a strong flair for commercial practice and civil litigation. His legal firm of practitioners was established in 1994, and he is the company secretary to several corporate bodies and NIPCO PLC. At the reception ceremony following his conferment of the prestigious title of the SAN, Alhaji Abubakar Megandi Shetima, the national president of Ipman, led a delegation to celebrate with Chief Paul Obi on his latest title. You're welcome back from Oil and Gas News. I'm sure that was a handful of information all rolled into one on Oil and Gas News. Right now, I'll go over to CNG Randolph by Tetraco Energy Group. Damilare Olayiwola, he is the Assistant Manager of Power and New Energies at the Tetraco Energy Group, and he's talking to us about the construction of LNG facilities, infrastructure, and the challenges involved, with an oversight and an overview of Tetraco Energy's LNG facilities. Let's go now. CNG Randolph by Tetraco Energy Group.
Hi everyone, my name is Damilare Olayiwola. I am the Assistant Manager of Power and New Energies here at Tetraco, and I am also the team lead of the LNG project, a 10 million scf per day LNG facility Tetraco is currently building. Say there are a couple of challenges faced. The first would be finding an appropriate location for your project, and this you need to put a lot of things in consideration. You want to put in the size of land you need, you want to put in how the access you have to feed gas. You also want to put in how far or how close it is to your demand center. These are the parameters you need to balance to then zone in on the location for your land. Another will be, typically LNG projects are capital intensive. You then begin to ask yourself the question, how do I raise finance for this project? Where do I get the capital for this project? And again, look at the fact that a lot of people in the world, a lot of businesses in the world are moving towards renewable energies. It then becomes increasingly difficult for you to get finance for gas projects. But again, this is a problem you must solve. Another issue you are going to face is, where do I get local capacities to help me build this facility and ensure that you trap most of the value here in Nigeria than bringing workforce from abroad? Again, this is another problem you need to solve creatively. Another issue will be regulatory framework. A lot of time, this regulatory framework, there are many of them, and I know warehoused in a single entity. You then need to go from regulatory A to B to C, and the list goes on. That's another issue you need to solve. Lastly will be the Forex, right? You are probably going to be getting financed in Forex, foreign currency, and you're probably going to be selling your LNG in the local market in Naira. You then need to find out creative way to ensure you minimize your FX risk. All right, I would say massive impact, I must admit, and I would say that LNG can be used as a tool to develop new energy demand centers. And what do I mean by this is that we can begin to use LNG, introduce to places where there are no energy infrastructure, and then you grow their demand. And when they become sizable enough or economically justifiable for you to then build pipeline infrastructure, you then begin to introduce pipeline infrastructure to them. Another thing LNG can help us do, as it were, is to reduce flare gas. So we probably have some assets, producing assets that probably are flaring gas today. And it's not that they want to flare the gas. Sometimes, even to commercialize the gas, they are so far away from the domestic pipeline that they can't, it doesn't just make sense. LNG can then be deployed in those situations whereby you can then trap those gas, convert it to liquefied natural gas, and you can then truck it to where it should be needed. So what this will do for us is that it reduces flare gas. Another thing we should also be looking at is job creation, right? Typically for an LNG project, you are looking to engage both direct and indirect engagement in terms of vendors and contractors. You are looking in thousands of them. And when it comes to the operation and maintenance phase of the project itself, we are talking about another 100 of persons that will need to come to work on the site. So that's massive job creation. And lastly will be people that are already on the pipeline today, but probably they are suffering from issues around energy security in terms of gas supply securities or pressure issue. When you introduce LNG to their own energy need, right? So that can then take off the issues of pressure, the issue of irregularity of some of their supplies, and you can then get the manufacturing to produce what they love to do most, and you can have them have energy 24/7, which is what they always require to remain profitable as an entity. First and foremost, I'd like to first give us the location of where the facility is. The facility is along Shagamu-Benin Express Road, somewhere in Ogun State, and our facility sits on over 30 acres of land, and that's where it is. And very quickly, let me also walk us through the key sections of an LNG facility, and which is what we are building. So typically, you will have your feed gas inlet to your facility itself. Then you have what we call the process area, which includes the purification plant systems and also the liquefaction, where the gas is actually turned into liquid. Another major part of the facility will be the storage section, where as you produce, you can store, and from this storage tank is where you then fuel the trucks that then takes it out to wherever the LNG is to be produced. Another interesting thing about our facility is that it also comes with a lot of the recreational area. We have the admin building, we have the operations lodge. Another key thing is we also have an LNG loading stations where trucks that runs on LNG can drive in to get refueled. And this is part of our own contribution to the presidential initiative on auto gas, and of course, yes, also in alignment with the decade of gas. So when you then talk of what you can expect from us, right? So what I've been describing since morning is just phase 1 of our project, which is 10 million scof. On that same acre, we have the phase 2 is also going to be another 10 million scof, right? And that will mean that within the Ogun State region alone, we have 20 million scof. And our goal is to perfect this technology in this location. And then we've highlighted 2-3 other locations across the country where we just intend to just go copy and paste our success, some up north, another in the south region. Now, when it comes to the Africa energy landscape, right? Because some of the things, our strategy usually is that we perfect our solutions within the Nigerian market, and because we understand that we are leaders within the African community, the idea is then to go back to other African countries that have similar energy challenges, and then we replicate these successes. So what you can expect from us is just, this is the first of many to come, and you can be sure that when it comes to deepening natural gas utilization within the domestic market, Tetracor will always lead the pack, and this is what we'll continue to do.
You're welcome back from CNG Roundup by Tetracor Energy Group. Now, this is the part that I hate the most, the part where I have to draw the curtains on today's edition of Ipman'S Today. Many thanks for watching. Many thanks for keeping your tabs locked on the NCA, the largest network in all of Africa. Remember, Ipman'S Today will be back same time like this at 10:05 on Mondays next week. Don't forget to keep a date and catch all the latest information and all the latest highlights concerning the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria. Until then, my name is Afamokone. Keep watching NTA, the largest network in all of Africa.